Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Very glad to be spending time with the educators who are making a difference in our kids' lives all over the community. Very glad to welcome in a friend and colleague, Matt Hodson, who is the principal over at HL Bourgeois. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right. Matt, one of those things that we always like to think about is, we're ready, we're coming out of COVID, we're looking at good things. Ida hits, and now all of a sudden, these high schools are having to deal with not only COVID issues, but people who are issues from Ida and now platooning. Let's talk a little bit about how HL did and how resilient your kids are.
Yeah, first off, I don't know that anybody was really fortunate coming out of Hurricane Ida. We all had some damage, but Bourgeois was fortunate that we had some roof damage and we had some water. But compared to some of the other facilities in our parish, we did pretty well. So, we opened up our arms to South Terrebonne. We knew we had to do something to help. We're all citizens of Terrebonne Parish,
Surely.
so we have to help each other.
Right.
And so we welcomed South Terrebonne, and we were flexible, made the adjustments we needed to make to help them.
And y'all did it very graciously, and the kids were very welcoming too. I mean, I think that's the one thing that surprised a lot of us who've only seen the rivalries, over the years with sports and things. I was so very impressed.
Yeah, the kids are so connected today through social media. They know. I see it in my own children. They're so connected through social media. They know people that you would have never otherwise not known when we were back in school.
Right.
Because it's easy to have access to one another. So the kids know each other. The teachers knew each other. The administrators are all friends. So it made it a whole lot easier.
Right. Well, and y'all did it very beautifully. But HL was also able to really achieve some wonderful things this year. And I marvel at the fact that you and your staff and all of our educators have done so well. But the accolades this year have been remarkable to me. Let's talk a little bit about some of those from HL.
Yeah, even with dealing with 36-minute classes and dealing with COVID prior to that, academically, our kids performed very well. We had graduation last night. Our kids earned over $1 million in scholarships.
Wow.
We had our graduation rates at 98%, 25% or about 75 kids still receive college credit through CLEP and dual enrollment and AP courses and those types of things. So, we had lots of success even through all that we've been through over the last 2 or 3 years, 2.5 or 3 years.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, academically.
Let's talk about how excited, speaking of graduation, this graduating class was to be able to walk and graduate.
Yeah, it was exciting. What we learned the other day at practice, though, is we had to really practice the alma mater. Although we sing it on Fridays, this practice was the first time we sang it as a large group because we didn't have assemblies, we didn't have pep rallies, we didn't have all those things. So this graduating class hadn't had something as simple as a pep rally, I think, since their 9th grade year. So we had to realize that, hey, this is going to take a little practice because this is the first time we get them all together. But very thankful that we were able to walk and now do things that they couldn't have done before.
Right. For some of these seniors, how did they do for graduation? Were they good? They were well behaved, I bet.
They did well, absolutely.
That's been the theme.
Yeah.
So all the people that I'm talking to, all the principals that I'm talking to across the parish or parishes are telling me how wonderful the kids were and did for graduation. When that was one of the things. They were excited for them, but they didn't know if they were going to be too excited maybe.
Yeah.
But they did well.
You always have a few that are going to be a little silly, do a little dancing here and there, and people laughing, but that's just part of it.
It's part of graduation, right? We want that part of
That's
graduation.
part of
But HO was also able to achieve some other things over the course of the year, right?
Athletically, we did well this year, better than we've done in some of the past years. We made the playoffs in football, girls and boys soccer, baseball. Our baseball team set lots of records for most home runs, most wins in a season, those types of things. They made it in the playoffs. Girls basketball, band, choir, the list can go on and on and on, but all a very successful year outside of the classroom as well. So quite impressive.
Yeah, fortunately, I've got a friend of mine whose son plays on a baseball team, and I will tell you from the inside, they were just so very focused. Mm-hmm. And so that was one of the things Merle and I talked about all the time was, how focused was he? And Your coaches and your staff did a remarkable job.
They really did. They really did. We had a really good group of seniors that stuck with the program, because you see that a lot of times that kids, they may get tired of playing or other things draw their attention. And so, oh, well, I don't want to do that sport anymore or whatever. But we had a really good group of seniors that stayed with the program and bought into the program. And that's what, their year was remarkable because of that.
Right. Yeah. And so all the sporting accolades, all the academic accolades, $1 million and a 98% graduation rate is remarkable.
It is.
To me.
It is.
Where do you see HL Bourgeois going? What are some of the things you're excited about for the future of HL?
Well, what I'm excited about is next year is the 50th graduating class of HL Bourgeois.
Oh my goodness!
So we're excited to celebrate that 50th class. So we have some things planned coming up. Actually, the committee is going to meet. I think it's tomorrow that we're meeting to try and start planning some activities looking forward for the community. It's not just about the kids, but it's about the community as well, because that's a lot of things have happened in 50 graduating classes. So.
Yeah, I know that's right. It's a lot of history, huh?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
We don't really know about that. We're not around that age, of knowing that, right?
Correct.
Right. Yeah, we'll look forward to that as well. Well, congratulations on all of these things. And I love the fact that you're already planning for what's coming next and looking forward.
It never stops. It never stops.
Yeah, and educating our kids doesn't, and that's the important thing.
Correct.
So thank you for what you and your staff have done. Congratulations, and we look forward to celebrating that 50 with you.
All right, thank you.
Very good. All right, Matt. All right, guys, that will do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk with one more principal before this Bayou Time's done. We'll be right back.